Seeing the time being 6:04, I'd like to bring the, November
It
4th
was gonna be really interesting.
Possibility Association meeting to order. First item on the agenda, the secretary reports. Just want to make a notation that the original report that went out, it listed Gail that absent last time, and she was actually on Zoom. We did do a revised report, with basically the same thing that said that Gail was on Zoom. I don't know if we have to do, if we can just approve it. Or if we have-
Approve the amendment to the minutes. Yeah, I'll make, so moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Secretary report is approved. Treasurer's report, I don't see Al. So we will go into the ODPA report by Cindy.
Okay, stroll preparations are well underway. The statement date poster is ready. We are pleased to announce the Dickens Chorale Carolers have been added to the schedule on December 6th and the 20th on the Saturday surrounding stroll weekend. And the Merry Christmas strollers will perform during the stroll itself. A new Santa will be made to improve the experience for children. He'll be arriving earlier at 4 to visit some stores and then greet the children from 4:30 to 7. The St. John Paul Kids Chorus will also be performing. And we're having some of the trees wrapped in the village. Cape Jazz will perform in the village. A fruit truck will return. And other things planned on the Saturday is a dog parade, a concert by Brentwood Brass, and there's plenty of other things going on in the village that we'll have all listed out. So the OBPA is requesting $2,475 from the OBA, which I gave a outline budget to Peter to, and I will give Al the total breakdown also who the checks go to. Do I need to make a motion to accept that? Okay, I would.
You're looking for,
2475.
yeah.
Yep.
Can I get a motion to, any discussion first? So what's the money for?
It's for stroll, it's listed right there.
That's a breakdown. Okay. We've done this in the past.
And I'm gonna keep reading while you look.
Sure.
We are planning a networking party, as opposed to like how the cocktail parties go at the library in January, and I'm working with Bobby Cox. Would also like to extend our gratitude to Mahoney's for the beautiful fall display of chrysanthemums and pumpkins on the Chesborough Square. And just an upcoming thing on Veterans Day, we'll be leading a Veterans Day walk for like the 6th year with Paul Chesborough and I. We walk through the village, starting at here and going to the flagpole in Chesborough Square in World War II, Freddie Curtis, Armstrong Kelly Park, and talk about the different people from Osterville who fought in the wars and didn't come home. So did come home. So it's a nice way to spend the morning. So I hope you can come, and that's weather permitting. And again, I would like to thank Gail for her continued help and guidance with this transition. Thank you.
What time is the Veterans Day walk?
11.
11. Okay, at 11, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. Great report. So could I please get a motion to approve the 2475? Can I get a second? Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. Very, very good. John. Town council report.
I am you.
Okay, town council report, the main thing coming on Thursday is that the final installment of the second phase of financing for the Osterville playground is on that agenda. It's for the second read, so we'll vote on it. It's for $704,000 and change, and I've talked to a great amount of councils. I don't think we're gonna have any problem having it passed. But if anybody wanted to come and speak on behalf of that, that would be good. Of course, today's election day, so we're gonna know who's the new councilors by tomorrow morning. So we're looking forward to seeing who we get and going from there. So those are major issues right now.
Gentlemen,
Questions?
I saw, I think in the minutes, or the agenda, the proposal for the playground, that amount, that 704,000 includes a substantial increase over what was originally budgeted.
Yes.
Is that, what was the cause of the increase?
Well, the first phase is what we were planning on doing is putting the playground in, but then we want to finish the the outdoor, combination of basketball and street hockey court. Then they also have the bathrooms that are going to be there. And, I think it's to finish off the parking area that's in there, because parking is gonna come from First Street. And then there's an area on off levels where there's a gravel now. I'm not sure if they're going to, I think they're gonna pave that. So that's what the folks are.
So-
Bathrooms are extremely.
So these were add-ons to the original plan.
These were the original plan, but the first tranche of things, didn't include these.
Okay.
Okay, so, it did not include the bathrooms, did not include the new basketball, street hockey court. And, also the paving that when you come in off First Street and parking in that area. I think they're also gonna work on they have to come back and work on that left field outfield because it has the very fence line. It has a grading problem, so they can. Thank you.
So John, the next council meeting is this Thursday,
This is, yeah,
and the people elected will know about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Will not be seated or will be?
well, they won't be seated until November,
November 20th,
I think the 20th.
will that be the new council?
Yeah. I
All right.
believe So,
So the existing council will meet Thursday.
yes,
All right,
good.
thank you.
Say 700,000.
704,355 or something.
Second installment?
Second installment, yes.
What's the first installment?
First installment was 1.2, I believe.
$2 million?
That's right.
And you think they'll pass this on Thursday?
Yes.
Maybe some.
Playgrounds are not cheap, and unfortunately, nobody wants Johnny to scrape his knee these days. The ported place itself is one of the most expensive things we have. That's that rubberized floor that they're on. Bathrooms, we're working on with Lindsay Council, the CDC, and finding a bathroom that can be replicated. That is not the bathroom we've gotten bids on. Okay, because the one we're getting bids on are almost $1 million in itself. It's crazy. Okay, but since we'll be putting in more playgrounds, they one in Centerville, I'm sure there's probably gonna be one in Marston's Mills. Lindsay's talking about finding some kind of modular thing that will go in and be a lot less expensive.
Should make a donation to the library and use our bathrooms like they do. Instead of spending $1 million there, give us $500,000.
Yeah,
Extra toilet paper.
playground, everything that's done in Massachusetts is incredibly expensive. It's prevailing wage, all these other add-ons that they have. So unfortunately, anything you do here is just sky high.
Ugh.
And it's a shame, it really is.
It's not
Like
like
in
wood
building.
chips and metal slides anymore.
No, but I will tell you that everybody's pretty psyched about this playground after seeing the mock-ups and the drawings. It's gonna be a destination playground, I believe, for a lot of people coming into town, which will help us out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll help the village.
It's gonna be beautiful. So, well, I'm with you. Everything's so expensive. You just like, when I heard those, well, we could talk about the speed bumps. $170,000 for a speed bump. All this asphalt and bricks. So, anyway.
John, thanks for all your efforts.
Yeah, John,
To the.
bringing it home.
Well, yeah.
Until tomorrow, but
All
we'll
right,
see.
okay.
How long have we been working this? Since 2011, 12, somewhere in
Yeah.
there, so it's been at least 13 years,
Yeah.
probably longer. Yeah,
Last question, John, on when this gets approved, like what's permitting process, or like when's actual construction?
they said that the actual construction will begin most likely in like April. Okay, but they are going to. They've said they're gonna start working on other things before then too. Okay, because I've been on them to like get it done this year, so I don't have it with me now, it's the other thing. I think it says, something like, June through November or something is the construction time.
So they'll work during the summer then?
Yes,
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. That shouldn't affect like the tenants going to the field, it shouldn't
no, I don't believe so.
do that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great, excellent.
if it does, we'll talk to them, just want to keep it going.
Any other questions, for John? Thank you, John. Old business, they referred to Cindy on website.
It's moving along, pretty much ready to go, just need a few more things and a lot more businesses to get their information up. But, I think I've sent the links out to people so they've had a chance to look at it and that, so hopefully by December.
Great.
Like we had planned for the new year.
Oh, that's all right. Thanks for all your work. That, really appreciate it. Okay, the new business. Gail had emailed, yeah, to have, they're not gonna be doing the Christmas charities savings account. They have that account closed. The remaining funds transferred to the Osterville Village Association, Osterville Business and Professional Association account. And, she said it was around 2:30. We got a final figure here of 238.43. So I'd like to get a motion to close the existing account and transfer the money to the OBA.
So move.
Second,
All those in favor?
Can I ask a question? So why is the account being closed? You said that Gail sent around an email.
Yeah, that,
I don't think I got an email, so I'm just curious to know why that account is being closed.
we used to use that account for the, when Bruce Williams was doing
Right,
doing the charities. He retired.
right,
We're gonna be doing this in a different format.
okay,
And it's just easier from, Al would say this, it's easier to have one account, correct? Yeah, so just,
so the account is superfluous. We could just finance it out of the OBPA.
correct, or, right, that's correct.
Okay.
I think it's a little bit of rationalization of bookkeeping,
yeah,
Yeah.
it's time for a change on that.
the way, yeah, okay.
Simplified.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vote. Are we gonna vote? Or did we vote?
Yes, yeah, sorry. I jumped on the motion, sorry. I had to-
Thank you, Douglas. Thank you, Second item, discussion and vote on 2025 Christmas charity donations. I want to open this up for discussion because in the past, again, with Bruce Williams, he sent out letters, he did all this. And our membership actually sent in donations specifically for the Salvation Army Needy Fund. Again, Bruce is retired, we're obviously closing that account. And there's, I guess the discussion is, in the past, from the membership, we've donated, I think the last time around, I don't know, 2,500 or 2,400 each to the Salvation Army Needy Fund. And again, that was from our membership. Now we're in a position where, we're gonna donate to these charities, which I think we should. One, what's the dollar amount, and two, we need to discuss it. So, and I would open that up to some suggestions.
Would it be okay to postpone until our treasurer is here? That would bring us into December though.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's, the general feeling, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of need. I've also got one thing to talk about after this, but do we postpone this until our treasurer is here, or do we just kind of see what the general feeling is? So that's what
Do we have money to do this, these donations now in the account, or do we still have to raise the money?
Well, I mean, you get the Robert Smith Fund, you get the general fund. The question is, when we talked about a little bit this morning, this afternoon, we donated that amount before, like in the $2,000 or 2,500.
Right.
Correct. But that doesn't, we're not obligated to do that.
Right.
And we've got other, things to fund. So the question is, do we donate some of that, instead of 2,500, do we do, 500, do we do, I don't know, that's what I'm saying.
To clarify, that came from membership, that didn't come from.
Correct.
And the funds, like, there was a letter that went out to the businesses and people to ask them to donate. And then we just collected and bring it in, which everybody could do on their own, is simply donate to these funds
Right.
instead of us doing it for them.
So in other words, we did a drive for donations to, this is the Cape Cod Neighbors Fund?
Yeah.
They renamed it, right?
Yeah.
So, so that's what the fund is, and the way you've done it in the past is to ask for donations specified for that Christmas donation?
Yeah, Bruce Williams did all this, you don't know if you ever met him, but he did all this for years and years.
And Gail, and it was extremely time consuming
Right.
and
And we couldn't, yeah, we
The
couldn't,
first letter was sent out for the request,
yes,
it wasn't, which was fine, but it was very specific,
right.
and it was done at Christmas time.
And this year, because of the time constraints, because everyone's busy, we couldn't do the same format that Bruce had done, it just didn't make sense because of time. Go ahead, John.
I was just thinking that maybe this didn't come from our funds, it came from our membership. We give them our, I'd give, and you give our mailing list to Bruce, who went about and did it, and put the mails, put them out and wrote the letter. I'm thinking that maybe just a suggestion, the OVA puts a seed amount, say $500 a year. And then on all our websites and that kind of stuff, any communications we have, we ask our membership if we put it out there to donate for the Christmas charities on their own instead of going through the OVA. And that way, since we didn't fund it in the past, this would allow our membership to come up and say wanted to do, but we have to get the word out and put it on the bulletin board and all kinds of stuff.
So you're talking about encouraging donations to the
Encouraging
neighbors fund.
donations.
Yeah.
Okay,
Whereas the OVA wouldn't donate to 2,500 itself, because we never really did that.
so instead of soliciting donations, we're encouraging people to do it directly.
Yeah.
we're just cutting out the middleman.
Yeah, yeah, that makes
And I know a
sense.
lot of places are doing things now for the food banks and other things already.
Yeah,
So do we wanna,
Someone reviewing, please pick up this is the dead end of the two people speak to each other down there, and we're gonna kind of it was said, I couldn't hear it, it doesn't go to, the money goes to what organization, and they present it to whom? For what we're talking about.
Salvation Army? Yeah, the money went to, one check went to the Salvation Army, one went to the needy fund. Bruce Williams and Gail, for years, yeah,
So do they split it somewhat?
yes, yeah. The,
And the total amount was in the range of
$3 grand.
$3,000.
yeah. It varied over the years, but part of that. Bruce Williams retired, so we didn't have enough time to try to do this at the old format, so now we're looking at, okay, how do we continue this, but in a different way?
It would be of interest to match whatever we can collect from the people by the Smith Fund. If we get 1,500 comes from the Smith Fund. The Salvation Army is a very excellent entity.
Correct. That's one idea that we could do. Well, I just said that, we put out a start with an amount, a smaller amount, and encourage people to make the donation specifically for those.
I can make a nice flyer up with a QR code straight to the needy fund and then QR code right to the Salvation Army. And even give that to the business and put it in, we're gonna be doing a mailing soon, maybe I can put it in with our mailing,
Right.
that way they'll have access to both. And do an immediate donation,
I like that.
because that way we're just, it's cutting out the middleman doing one.
Before I make a motion, just because I would like to do with the sense of the board is, so many people would think it would be of interest to have the Smith Fund match what we can buy.
We need to see it,
So if you want to put an actual number on it, is that an interesting idea or not?
I'm not sure.
I think we're talking about not
What would be?
handling the money ourselves.
We wouldn't have anything to match.
Right, there's nothing to match because we're not going to handle the money ourselves. We're going to encourage people to donate to these entities and make a smaller donation from the OVA. I think that's what we're talking about, right?
This is Rick. I'll say that, I like the idea of encouraging people to give to these various local charities. Like we give to the Osterville Historical Society multiple times a year. We give the needy fund at the end of the Christmas time, and the Christmas charities thing. We do all these things, and I think that for us as an organization within the community, it's good to encourage them, and I like the idea of not being a middleman.
What?
What are these?
He likes the idea of us not being the middleman. Yeah,
Unfortunately, generally agree with Rick, but they say we're not a middleman, that's a, we're not getting them, we're not doing anything in that direction. It's an excuse or a reason to sit back and say, come on.
well, I think Pete's mentioned still making a donation from OBA. It just can't be $2,500 or $3,000. So for this year, at least, it would be a combination of a smaller donation from OBA and a reasonable program to encourage people to donate to these funds. Because it's too late to do anything else, to tell you the truth.
No, I think that's a good approach to that. I would agree.
Yeah,
And the OBPA would do stay match, say $500. Say we give, if that's possible, if you got the funds, I'm just saying that, say we gave 500 to each, 500 for both organizations here and 500 from both organizations at your place. Or would you think that would that be something the OPPA could do?
I mean, I'd have to, talk it over with the committee, it's not
Okay.
really my 100% decision to make, like you guys are talking about it, I need to.
I'll put a motion forward that the OVA puts in $500, 250 for each fund. Okay, and then it encourages and has Cindy do the QR codes and encourages our mailings and everything else. Like if we're gonna do a Thanksgiving letter, we can put it in there.
Right.
And therefore encourage people to make those donations, tell them about the change. And therefore, we're not taking up the whole burden, but it allows our membership to go in through so if they like.
Second,
All those in favor?
I would put an amendment to that. I think they're way too small and, it's pocket change. Even $500, instead of $250 is small, but, and I don't, so I would at least move it up to, motion, $500 each.
That's what he's,
I would say 500 total, 250 each organization serves.
250. This is why I think we need to talk with our treasurer about the size of that. So maybe what we could do is postpone the donation from OVA until our treasurer is here. And, just to make sure that,
My gracious, we have, I think, 17,000 in the Robert Smith Fund.
but some of that is for the playground.
7,000 of that, or 7,000 to 8,000 are already earmarked for the playground through the donations after Jim Crocker died. And so we have to, I think we need to discuss what our needs going forward are going to be and how much we're going to donate to different charities if we're going to start doing that from that fund. That's just my opinion.
oh, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
Yeah, okay.
So do we postpone this until Al's involved, or do we make a motion to?
I think we can vote on the motion that John made, but then not write checks or anything until we understand where we stand.
But
with
that would be the
treasurer.
minimum.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave it up. Well,
Okay.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. On the same lines, just very quick, this is a kids meal, I think Cindy's familiar with some of the people here. That, again, especially this, what's going on across the country. They donate food to the, founded in 2014, like that, to David Johnson, who's good. David Bird, after learning that children down in elementary school, who were trying to school hungry on Monday. This program has been going on a while. This would be a great donation for the Rock Smith Fund. Nancy actually volunteers during the week for this program. And it's astonishing how many kids that this goes out to. And I also, we talked earlier about having somebody from, Cape Kids Meals come in, maybe next meeting and speak to us and really tell us what's going on as far as, the need right here, like right here on the Cape in Osterville, where they do it up by the condominiums there, going out of town by the, Cape Cod Academy ones, but. I don't know, say anything else?
Sure, yeah, so it's an organization that works with the schools, feeding kids, students, children. They collaborate together and they determine how many kids from each school needs back to go home for the weekend. So they have a weekend meal. Right now, I think there's 50 schools that they're helping. 50 schools, there's about 200 volunteers right now, they come in twice a week, well, a little more than that, but for instance, today we went in and, packed 450 bags of flour Friday, there's another group that comes in on Thursday, another 400. That's 900 bags that go home for kids this week. The food is secure, so it's really important. In addition to that, there's school pantries that they supply, volunteers go to school and leave food there for the kids to take home. Everything's very discreet, they work with the teachers and they'll give them back on Friday, they bring it home. It's all, it's everything that they can prepare themselves over the weekend if they need to. That's what's in this bag. So this would be supporting that, so I was thinking, I think the subject came up last week about considering that for the Smith Fund moving forward. Great organization, they are at and I know someone would love to come speak. People can interested in and want.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I do too. Is this a nonprofit, 501c3, do you know? Yeah, and do you know what their budget is currently? No, where I'm going is what kind of donation from the Smith Fund would be material for an organization like that?
I can't answer that question.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be really helpful to have someone here who could answer that. I don't know.
Yeah, but
And they have a huge fundraiser, at least a Harvest once a year. There is a lot of,
this group does.
yes.
Oh, wow.
And you can get a lot online, if you want to look that up, I know more. They have an offering where you could pay $25 and give one kid a backpack to take home. You could spend $200 and that would take care of the backpack there. So this obviously did not have to.
I strongly believe that we have to focus on this particular funding as a result of it's slack for them. And then I do foresee that there will be rules something that differently. And I'm getting a message of the home. Everyone has to make all of that fun. And long national activities.
Yes, and you get the sense of that today when I was there, people were donating food. But there's only specific food that they can pack and send home in those backpacks, so you can't just take anything random and throw it back, it's all very good.
Do they have a list of what they need?
There was a flyer out there. Yes. That's you, so
I
it's.
think it's an excellent idea to have them come and make their presentation. They should be able to answer all of our questions and, well, next meeting or the first of the year, whatever.
Yes. No, he even mentioned that they want to come.
I would appreciate it, if they could come and speak.
I think that'd be great in December.
Yeah, also,
December meeting. Very important, and you can see the urgency today, like people coming in and saying, I want to donate this and that, where can I help, so.
From the around crisis weeks, the government closed down, on snap, shut.
Consensus, right? There's some children that are actually living they don't have phones. And that's increased from like 7 to 20.
What, Nancy, what did you just say?
Unphoned. Right.
Are the siblings, do they make sure that the siblings are included? Cause I can't imagine, you know, a child going home and with a lot of food for the weekend, but the sibling doesn't have that. Do you know if that's part of the program?
Well, I know they get one bag each, but you might have an elementary school child that would get it and a high school.
Yeah. I just wondered if they were ensuring that all the siblings would be, you know,
Well, if they're not in school, they don't have. They
yeah.
rely on food. They have to be in school because they know. That they're-
No, I know. I was just wondering if they were ensuring that, you know, siblings, you know, are included.
Yeah, when I taught, I know the school system, the kids are offered all kinds of food. And they turn it down, and there's always leftover milk and all the apples and everything. We used to bag it, you know, Friday and Saturday for the kids, but, do they get the food from the schools that are left over as well? I don't know. I don't think that's,
That's great.
no.
Thank you.
So we're gonna have somebody present
Yes,
next meeting.
yes,
We have a meeting in December.
we do.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. Appreciate the feedback. I think that's important, obviously, with everything that's going on. And it'll be great to have something. Thank you. Before we go into public comment, I just want to introduce a newest member, Mr. Vyas, if they can't pronounce the first name. So,
Anil.
yeah.
My apologies that I can't wait, I just came from work, I just drove.
It's okay, Anil.
All right. Apparently, I wasn't able to speak last month's, I wasn't able to attend the last month's meeting. Because I was so jet lagged, just got back from East Africa. But it wasn't really very appropriate to be here this evening.
What is the flight time?
The total is about 16 hours, but with a break, they went
Went
to
to Oka.
European cabin.
Frankfurt or London. Something like that.
Paris.
Yeah.
No, great to have you, and now looking forward to working with you.
You're
I'll do
welcome.
my best to contribute to association.
Welcome, Anil.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, public comment. Dr. Conway, you any more?
I would like to say, I'd like to say something about when we had the Public Works people there, you know, a couple of meetings ago. And we talked about the speed bumps that they might be installing on Main Street. And I think a cost was mentioned that they were costing something like $75,000 a piece or some such number.
170.
It's just great.
I spoke to Matt Thomas, who was the manager of Oyster Harbor Services, because I know they put them in over there, and they said that they pay somewhere, he couldn't remember, he didn't have the number right in front of him, but it was something like 1,500 to 2,000, or excuse me, 2,500 to $3,000 a speed bump. And I remember because I was on the board there for a long time, and they put one in, and a neighbor didn't like where it was because every time someone went over it, you know, the landscaping trucks, everything rattled, and it was right next to their bedroom, so they moved it. Even the issue came up as to what did it cost to move it, and I just remember that it was somewhat significantly less than $170,000 a piece. So I don't know how whoever does it gets away with that kind of number with the town, but it seems pretty high.
Very nice.
That's
We
all.
had to have, we had to have a lot of studies when that fellow was here from the Department of Public. So they had to figure out where the water was gonna run, where it was gonna run, did they need to put it in the sewer to collect the water? It was gonna run around the speed bump, on and on.
Thank you.
That's great.
You didn't do that at Oyster Harbor, they probably just put them in.
Well, I would say like a private contractor, because one of it had already be done like 4 years ago. And it'd be like probably 170 for all four of them. But that's just, but you can't do that. That's just my, you know, like a Port Lottie or any company. But they can't, obviously with the state, they can't do that. Like, any other comments? The vote to adjourn. Meeting in second.
All in favor?
I have a question.
So, this is my second. Who seconded all the time, and they won the championship.